Okay, good morning and welcome to another video by Antiques Arena. My name is Walter O'Neill. I'm a UK reseller. I buy and sell antiques, collectibles and anything interesting to flip for a profit. The purpose of today's video is to share with you some of what I consider worthy for buying for flipping. Okay, I go to my local boot sale to pick up pieces. Basically, we chuck everything in the back of a vehicle, go to a location, a field or a building, unload it all or sell it from the back of your car. Now, today I've had some spectacular things again, as per usual. I got some real good gear and some run-of-the-mill working stock to share with you. Now, I'm going to start off with a buy I had from a subscriber on my channel. I give you a teaser of it in my last video. I went down to Splott car boot sale in Cardiff, and one of my subscribers was down there selling, and he said, I got a couple of things to show you. He'd already sent me some photos a couple of weeks earlier, and one of them was this. Now, I did give you a teaser of it last week. Now, he asked me for some advice on there. He's a trader as well, got his own shop, and I told him exactly what I could, which was everything he knew, which was it was an 18th, 19th century traveling set, knife, fork, and spoon. So, in the meantime, I have done quite a bit of research. Now, this owes me £150 sterling, which is a lot of money. £150, about $220 for a knife, fork, and spoon. Now, the handles of the knife and fork are antler, so antler horn, and obviously steel with white metal collars. Now, the collars are more likely unmarked silver. Now, there is a mark here on the blade. They're in lovely condition. But the one, I'm going to show you the best bit of it now. It's absolutely amazing. So it comes in its original leather case, little traveling case. But the spoon is the prize of the collection. So we have a steamed and twisted horn spoon. It has got a little chip here on the bowl. Now, it's engraved very much in the manner of scrimshaw. It's got script all down here. On the back, it's got, at the top, it's got some hearts, again, with lots of script all the way around, and lovers holding hands with a bunch of flowers. So, could be an early version of a love spoon, I don't know. In Wales, we do love spoons where we carve them all out. So, it could have been a wedding gift or something like that. Now, neither myself nor the dealer who sold it to me knew exactly what it was. We just knew it was a really nice early traveling set. I spent about 3 hours, got to be about 2-3 hours, on Google doing some research. And not only did I find out what it was, I actually found the identical. This exact one has been through an auction house, smack bang center of the COVID pandemic, in December of 2020. And I'm going to share that with you now. I found the identical. Well, it is. This one, they tried to sell it in an auction house previously. Not the buyer I purchased it off, whoever he purchased it off. So here is the traveling set. They've described it as an 18th/19th century continental traveling cutlery set. The knife and fork with steel blades and silver metal collars and antler handles with a horn spoon. The bowl with script reverse decorated with hearts and hands in a leather case with tooled decoration, some rubbing. So that's the description. The estimate was 400 to 500, and it went through on the 4th of December 2020 in Charterhouse Auctioneers. Now, I haven't looked to see whether or not it received any bids or whether it sold. It didn't actually come up with a final price. I actually had to subscribe to get the price of the estimate. I had to do a one-day subscription to get the estimate. But they added in 400 to 500. And to be honest with you, that was very cheap because I was doing some Googling and I looked on Christie's and Sotheby's, and some of these sets were up 800 to 1200. So done quite a bit of research on it. As I say, I spent hours and hours doing research. You can see it's a beautiful, beautiful set. Oh, wrong one. Now, I didn't know any more really than what the auctioneer had put, that it was continental. Yeah, I felt 18th century, not 19th century. However, I have to give a massive, massive thank you to Stan, a friend I've made through my YouTube channel, and he has been ever so kind as to tell me exactly what's wrote on the bowl and deciphered its meaning. So I now know it's German. And if I share with you, I've actually put this up for sale already. I'll share with you what you've said now because I can't read it. I just can't speak German. There's no point in me even trying. So I have photographed it. I've put it up as 18th century German traveling cutlery set, horn, steel, and antler. £750 asking price. And descriptions on offer is an 18th/19th century German traveling cutlery set. Skip all that anyway. The spoon, this is the bit. The spoon is engraved with script. The engraving reads as follows. I am not going to try and read that there that I've just highlighted in black, but it describes as life without you is as stressful for me. And it is written in Sutherland, which apparently is a language banned by Hitler. So, beautiful, beautiful set. Took a gamble. I took a punt at the £150 sterling, $220-ish, $230, and it's turned out to be an absolute winner. Whether it sells or whether it'll sit on the website forever is another thing. However, I have looked, and people are selling 19th century examples when they got a good set like this for £400, £500, £600, no problem at all. So fingers crossed that that turns out okay. I've got another piece off, well, I've got a couple of pieces off the same dealer. I got a knife as well I'm going to share with you in a minute. First of all, I got two of these. Oh, look how beautiful that is. This is a lucite paperweight. Now, I'm always telling you about these lucite paperweights. They pull good money. This is by the name you want, which is Harvard Grange. The early ones have a little metal petal in them. This one's dated 1998, so it's 24-year-old, pretty much. It's a beautiful little paperweight. Encased within is, I don't know what the flower is. It's definitely not a rose. But either way, I have that one off the same dealer as the cutlery set. I don't know if it was the same week. It might have been a different week. And we had this one, which again is cased flowers. Very hard to get a decent picture of it, I'm sorry, because you've got the reflection of everything coming through on the lucite. And this one is a more modern because it's got the website on the actual label. So this one's more modern. However, these two here cost me £15 for the pair, which is about $22. And as you know, I get anything from sort of £20, £25 up to £50 for a Harvard Grange lucite paperweight, depending on what they are. And these are large examples. Next piece I had wasn't off that same dealer, but down in Splott again. Well, it's all come from Splott. I have a beautiful, beautiful Italian handmade Fiori glass paperweight. Now, Fiori is what they call all these canes in the center. Different canes. Now, you've got to be careful because a lot of the really good companies, Clichy, Baccarat, Whitefriars, all of them, they'll put little identifiers in the canes so you can identify them through the cane. Whitefriars will have a monk in the cane and things like that. So you've got to inspect the canes. If it's not signed on the back, don't be defeated. Check the canes. But this one's still got half a label on it, so I know this one's Murano. It's got the Italy on the bottom there, you can see it. So it's pretty obvious this one is a Murano glass. Well, I'm assuming it's a Murano glass anyway. Should be. With its original label, it only cost me a $5, so about $78. That was a gift. And sometimes size isn't as important with paperweights as other things. What you're looking for is the quality of the canes, the quality of the arrangement, the spacing, how even the spacing is around the canes, everything. And that is a nice example. Hopefully you can see just how beautiful it is. So I'm over the moon with that. I purchased, off the same dealer as the Murano paperweight, some pool pottery animals. Now these are just working stock. They're nothing to jump up and down about. I had the little bird on the plant pot. They're all stamped Pool England. I have got a few of these animals that have actually been artist signed. So some of the ones done by the artists. I had the mouse on the apple. Yeah, they're all signed. Impress marks on them. And this is the one I thought was cute as heck. I haven't seen one before. It was a guinea pig. Is that not cute? Now, I have had a quick look. They're not fortunes. I paid £5 a piece, £15, $22 for the three. They're going to go out for about £40 for the three, something like that, £40, £45, £15 each, no problem at all. Some of these have been sold online for £20, £25, as is the mouse, and the bird has been like £10, £12. So it's going to be about £45 for the group. I won't split them, wasting my time trying to sell them individually. I'll put them on as a group. Next piece I want to share with you, I purchased from Abergavenny, a different car boot sale. I went to Abergavenny this Wednesday to pick up a few pieces, and this is one of them. And what we have, I'm not going to unroll it yet. We have a wooden staff pole with a bronze fitting on this end and a bronze finial here. Be prepared, which is obviously the motto of the Boy Scouts. Now, this is not a reproduction flagpole. This is an original flagpole from a Boy Scouts headquarters. And I've got their flag too. This is the 7th YMCA Troop, Boy Scouts in Newport. So that would hang off a building like so, and then you have the flag just flapping around. Now, this is an original flag. It has some condition issues. Bear with me. You see down here, it's gone on the end. Well, a little bit gone, but it is still absolutely stunning, and the original YMCA flag for the Boy Scouts. Be prepared. Now, I can tell you now, the flagpoles on their own are selling for decent money. You can see there's some way there as well. But this is the one that hung outside the YMCA Boy Scouts in Newport. And cost me £35, which is about $50. And to be honest with you, the flagpole on its own without the flag is worth more than that. With the flag, you're probably talking 150 to 200 for this, and it cost me 35. So that I'm over the moon with. I purchased that off a dealer in Abergavenny on Wednesday. As you can see, I do have some interesting pieces. I'm mixing it up. I'm showing you a bit of run-of-the-mill and a bit of good. Now, next piece is a Silvac face pot. These are preserve jars, and they come for pretty much every preserve there is. Relish, pineapples, pickles, cucumbers, you name it, it's everything. They've done all different face pots. This one is the tomato. I was disappointed. Now, the last tomato face pot I had with Silvac, I sold it for about £65, but it was back a few years ago. I actually paid £20 for this one, so it was about $28, $30. So I was very disappointed when I looked at the prices and saw the prices. Now, the prices are, there's one there sold at £29, £27.50, £25, £25, and 25 and 25. So they pull in 25s on eBay. Now, I'm disappointed. I genuinely expected double that. And to be honest with you, I'll probably still put it up for £35, £40. I just leave it sit there for a collector to come across who wants to buy off the site. However, I want you to understand that there are still, even though things like the onion and that sell for like a £5, there are still some face pots that are worth big money and worth buying. Now, all I've done here is search for Silvac face pot for you to see. I've gone highest priced, and I want you to see. There's one there at the top. I don't know what that is. It's plum. So the top one there is a plum. £160 sterling sold. The underneath, again, plum, £150. Tartar sauce, £88. Bramble face pot, £80. 66 for tartar sauce again. Little blackberry, £65. Bumblebee, $59.99. So you can see there are some that still pull good money. They're not all like the onion, where they are worthless. So if you see a silverback face pot, still worth looking at it and considering is it one of the rarer ones, because there's quite a lot still selling 40, 45 up to a couple of £100. So definitely worth you looking at those. Now, next piece I want to share with you is the other piece I purchased along with the traveling set. I paid £280 for the pair, and I've split it up 150 and 130. So this piece owes me £130 sterling. Now, I've used Facebook groups and I've asked dealers for help, and nobody can identify the mark on you. Now, this is whether you call it a knife or a letter opener, I don't know. It's got a beautiful sheath with a serpent head on the end. I'm going to share some photos of it with you in a minute. It's all repoussé work, floral all over it. Even the blade is solid silver with a hallmark. The hallmark is a Viking ship, and I'm going to share the hallmark with you as well in a minute. Now, the old thing, it's got a little problem here, is in the top finial has been pushed in slightly, but this is solid silver. It's not plate. I have checked it over and over and over. There's a hallmark by the serpent's head, but it's worn to the point you can't read it. So I'm going off the hallmark on the blade. But it is absolutely beautiful. Now, it would make a stunning letter opener. As I said, I paid £130, so I put my money where my mouth is this week. For that £130, let's see what I got, which is going to be close to $200. So there's the knife. Hopefully you can see that. It is absolutely stunning. You can see all that beautiful work. It's got that serpent head on the end. Now, I toyed with it. Was it a duck head? Was it a serpent? Was it a dragon? What was it? But a couple of people have looked at it and said they feel it's a serpent. The knife and the sheath are joined by a chain. There's that hallmark. It's just so far worn, you just can't read it. Good quality piece. Really, really nice quality. Absolutely love it. I'll share with you the hallmark now. Hopefully I've got it. There it is. So that's the mark on the knife. So you have SC, which is the maker's mark. Then you have an A, a Viking ship, and a K. Now, I looked and looked and looked, and there are quite a few people who use a Viking ship, including some silver plate markers. However, this is not silver plate. It is silver. You have one British company that use a Viking ship, but it's a different ship. Now, we're assuming it's Scandinavian. As I said, I spoke to a few dealers. We're assuming it's Scandinavian for a couple of reasons. One, the Viking ship. Two, the serpent's head, and just the style of it. So we're assuming it's sort of Nordic, Scandinavian, along them lines. And it is absolutely spectacular. It's about 120 grams of silver and beautiful. So I don't know what you think, but you feel free to leave any comments. I know there's a few of you who like to point out if I get something wrong, so you feel free. Next piece, we have a Spanish porcelain. This is Neo by Ladro, not Ladro. This is Neo by Ladro, which is the cheaper version. And we have sort of a hound, maybe, yeah, not sure what hound it is. But we have a hound dog in Spanish porcelain, and it owes me £10, so about $15. But I buy any animals I can. People love buying animals. Neo Ladro is a name. It doesn't pull as much as it used to, but it still sells. This dog's about 10 inches tall. 8 or 9 inches tall, and it's in perfect condition. Reminds me of the cartoon I used to watch. I remember I seen a cartoon with one of these as a sheriff. So, breathe away. That's that. I've also had a Beswick sow, CH Wall Queen by Beswick. So we have a little Beswick sow pig. And again, that one cost me a tenner. I paid £20 for the Neo and the Beswick off the same dealer with the Murano paperweight and a load of silver and gold brooches, and I purchased them from last week. So a nice little thing. I love the Beswick animals. They're always a bit better quality. These were Royal Dalton. So I got a pair of Royal Dalton crystal candlesticks. Beautiful cut, nice. Candlesticks always sell well around Christmas time, so I'm going to get these up for sale as soon as I can. They are signed to the base. I only ever buy signed crystal. There you go. You can see it there. Royal Dalton, England with the crown. I don't buy crystal unless it's signed. I just haven't got the time or the energy anymore to search the patterns. But you can just buy it, search the patterns, and then attribute it. They were only £4. So about $7, $6, $7. Absolute gift. This piece is quite intriguing. I haven't researched it yet at all, but I'm going to film it. I should do the research on it first. Now we have a piece of Chinese jade. These are cash coins. Cash coins are, they go into like cross swords and things like that for luck. So the cash coin is very much, or the coin is very much a symbol of luck in Chinese. I've actually got one of the coin swords on my site. Now, this is jade and silver mounted at the end. And it's in good condition, but a bit of research needed. But it's a nice Chinese cash coin jade pendant. And I'm trying to remember how much I paid for it without looking in my book, because I don't have my book here. And I think it was about £5. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'll correct myself in the next video, but I'm sure it was around £5. So about $7.50, $8. And it is an absolutely beautiful thing. I don't expect it to be overly old, although they can always replace the silver tops, you know. But it is still a nice quality bit of jade. And if you want a nice jade necklace, you know, it's nice. It's nicely carved, actually. They haven't gone all the way through, but they've carved it very well. And some nice details on this bottom piece here. It's nicely done. I don't know if you can see it tidy. Just a nice bit of jade. Next, I have a solid silver card tray or salver. I haven't weighed it and I haven't got my scales up yet. Didn't bring my scales up yet. I'll have to put the weight in the description. Yeah, I'll put the weight in the description, but it's going to be quite a few ounces. EV Sheffield S. So nice and simple. It's fully hallmarked. There's the hallmarks. Now I haven't dated this one either, so all I do for this is go to this website here, silvermakersmarks.co.uk. You can get the hallmark identification first, and we know it's Sheffield, and I believe it was an S. You have to look at the type of S. Mine is in a half square with a point at the bottom, triangle. So that's mine, 1960 there. It's got the square shaved corners and the point at the bottom. So we know it's 1960. And if I go back, and again, I want the maker's marks, and it's EV. So we go to Sheffield, click on E, up to EV, and there you go. EV, oh, it's by Viners Limited. Emil Viner. So we have a piece of Viner's solid silver, 1932 through to 1967, which also ties in with the hallmark. So you now know the maker's mark is right, the hallmark date in letter is right, and I have a solid silver